Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this clip. Here I want to talk a bit about understanding a verse of the Quran in the original language that it was revealed in, versus understanding it through the English translation. So here we have a verse which is from Surah Baqarah verse 20. It's the end portion of the verse. It comes in the Quran many times. Inna Allaha ala kulli shay'in qadir. Now this verse that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, if we translate it into English, possibly many of you would already know the translation of this. Now I've gone to a website called qurancorpus.com, and here are several translations. You can see, indeed Allah is over all things competent, Allah is able to do all things, etc, etc. You can see all the various translations. God has power over all things, Allah has power over all things, God is powerful over everything. Now this translation, like I'll show you in a bit, is very rigid to work with. Okay, and the reason for that is because this verse of the Quran, we can possibly write this out several ways in the Arabic language, and all these ways that we write it out, for example, inna Allaha qadirun ala kulli shay, Allahu ala kulli shay'in qadir, Allahu yaqdiru ala kulli shay'in, and also yaqdiru Allahu ala kulli shay'in, and Allahu ala kulli shay'in qadir. Okay, these are different ways that we can write this verse. Several other ways. That's 5 other ways apart from the first. And all of these can be translated in the same way as before. In other words, the one translation would suffice. And obviously, there's a subtle difference in each meaning. So if you look at this verse here, you have the word qadir is brought before the word ala kulli shay. In the third, you can see that we have the word inna, which is removed. Okay, again. Here, the fourth, we have the word yaqdiru, which is the verb form of the word qadir. And then in the other one, the next one below that, we have the word yaqdirullah, Allahu yaqdir, switched around. And finally, in the last one, you can see we have the word qadir instead of qadir. Now all of these, if you were to translate these into English, the same one translation would be used for all of these, roughly. Apart from inna, indeed, or verily. It's just the same translation. Now I want to analyze this verse, and I want to break it down to show you the importance of understanding it through the Arabic language, or actually learning the Arabic language. And this is what I intend to show you guys, that learning the Arabic language is very important for a Muslim to truly have a full grasp of Allah's words. So okay, this is the first inna. Okay, we have which means verily or indeed for emphasis. Then we have the word qadir here at the end, which it means all powerful, all capable, right? And then we have it delayed slightly at the end. If you notice, right at the end, it's at the end. Okay, so this is also a noun. Qadir is a noun, and also this word is in the Arabic language they call this ismul ala wazni fa'il. It forms the pattern. It comes in the pattern of fa'il, qadir, fa'il, sharif. On that pattern, sifa mushabbaha, qadir. Now if you look at all these, there's various variations, like I mentioned just a few minutes earlier, and all of these have a subtle difference in this meaning. Let me give you an example. Let's say we have a person here, and there is a box or a rock, let's say, and this person has to lift this rock. So this person is able to lift that rock, right? Okay, so then we have another rock which is larger than the first one. Now this person is able to lift this rock, and we have larger than that rock which this person is able to lift. Now, all of these people that we have, the first, he is Qadir. In Arabic, you'd call him Qadir. He is able, capable, is powerful. He has the power to be able to lift that rock. Okay, so he is Qadir upon that, but he's not Qadir upon anything else. That's all he's Qadir upon. And the second person is Qadir upon lifting this rock or box, and the third is able, Qadir, to lift this box and nothing else, nothing beyond that. So now all of these people, see this person here, he's able to lift the two boxes that are in front of him, and likewise the blue man, he's able to lift the box which is in front of him, and the other, he's unable to lift anything else. So each can be called Qadir on their own, or depending on what's in their capacity. However, they are not Qadirs for anything beyond them. In Arabic, you have a word which is Qadir. Now, this word Qadir, it comes from the same root letters as Qadir, and what it means basically is a person, being that's able to do everything, has power over everything. And there's nothing out there that is beyond capacity. He's fully capable, all powerful, almighty, Qadir. He has full power over everything. So from 0 to unlimited, he has full power. So this word, it can't really be used on any human. So that's why instead of Qadir in this verse, Qadir is used. So we cross out Qadir. Qadir would not fit in this context of this verse, although the word Qadir has been used in the Quran, but Qadir. Now let me go to another aspect of this. Verbs, difference between verbs and nouns. Verbs usually are used, they're words that are time limited, restricted to times, and they are particular moment in time. They only apply to a particular moment, and then before that or after that they don't really apply. Whereas nouns, on the other hand, apply all the time. They are not generally they are not restricted by time and are constant. So here a verb wouldn't fit over here. Okay, يقدر الله على كل شيء wouldn't really fit, so we remove that because that would give the connotation of being at a particular time, and the context of this verse is not at a particular time, even though it's used in the Quran in other places. So the context here doesn't fit, or it doesn't be fit to have the word يقدر. Now inna, without doubt, it means is used to convince a person who's listening, or to emphasize something to a higher level. So the other sentences that do not have inna would not really fit in the context of the verse we're talking about. Right, the word qadir being delayed right at the end, what emphasis, what meaning does this give? Let me just show you of how this applies. Now qadir, when it's delayed, what it exactly means is every single thing Allah has power over it. What's every single thing? Anything besides Allah. The galaxies, the planets, the sun, the moon, all the great the objects that we know, and from the greatest to the smallest, the ants, the atoms, protons, quarks, everything that we can understand, we know, we can imagine, everything beyond our imagination, Allah has ability over every single thing. So the ability of Allah Ta'ala encompasses every single minutest detail to the greatest thing. So let's go back to this again now. So you see, the verse Inna Allah ala kulli shayin qadir is so amazing. The wording is so precise that it's impossible to use any other formation of these words in a sequence to give another meaning. So qadirun kulli ala kulli shay gives such an emphasis of Allah's ultimate, eternal, unlimited power over every single thing, that this is something that English translation would never be able to achieve. So I hope this, the reason that I'm mentioning this is so that I hope this creates inside of you the yearning, the ability to be able to go and study the Arabic language. I have started a course, 17 lesson course. You can go on I'll attach a link to this clip. You can go on there and then you can find out more about this course, 17 lessons of learning how to understand the Arabic in the Quran. Jazakumullah khair.